Welcome to Bottles and Bitchin, where the bottle of wine goes in and the bitchin comes out. I'm JT.
I'm Christy.
And today we are going to be bitchin' and drinking some fancier wine than last episode.
Yeah. No $2 chuck or $3 chuck or whatever.
Yeah, right. Tax.
Yeah.
So, Christy, why don't you start?
Yeah, so I did this wine subscription, but I only did the first month because the first month way cheaper than the rest. And so I'm going to cancel it after this. But we get each bottle of wine for $5, and they're worth between $20 and $26 per bottle. So it was a good deal. Anyways, my bottle is La Arroca from Chile, and it pairs well with salad, grilled octopus, and grilled vegetables.
That is fancy.
It's a Sauvignon Blanc. And its little slogan thingy is a modern take on a classic grape.
Wow.
So much information for you.
That is a lot. Well, I will be drinking pretty quickly called the Loudspeaker Cabernet Sauvignon from California. Pairs well with duck breast, wild game, and roasted pork.
A wild duck breast game.
We're going to roast
Wait, pickled pork? What did it say?
Roasted pork.
Roasted pork.
Pickled pork wouldn't pair well. But this is good. And it has good ratings, and it should be good for the show. So cheers, everyone.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
I feel like I'm drinking money compared to last episode.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, JT's going to
Oh,
be
wow,
talking.
that's an upgrade. That
Yeah,
is an
that is-
upgrade.
Wow.
Wow.
Buy the subscription for 1 week and then cancel, or 1 month. Is it 1 month?
It was 1 month. It goes each month. If you want to keep giving us delicious wine, we have a Kickstarter, so you should check that out. We'll give you more details later.
Yeah, one glass in,
You
and
can
I'm going to
sponsor a bottle, and trust me, we would greatly appreciate it over $2.
My liver might not. Well, if you really want to see us get drunk, just buy us that wine. We'll drink it. We'll drink anything. We'll drink it for you. So this is a kind of a later podcast than usual. We're recording a different day in the week.
We have busy lives, you guys, and we don't get paid for this shit. So
and they don't have to pay for it.
That's true. So you're welcome, guys.
It's
and also sorry this is late, but I'm busy.
But at the same time, we're from Wisconsin, and if you're listening from Wisconsin, you know the terrible weather that we've been having. And if you're not from Wisconsin, you've probably seen us on the news, or Illinois on the news. Right now, Illinois is in the tundra,
It's
but so
colder
are we.
than the Antarctica.
Yeah,
than
the Antarctica, as opposed to the fake one.
The one and only Antarctica. It is colder than that here.
Right. The penguins
okay.
wouldn't even like it. Well, they might like it here, but we're not penguins. We are real people with real
wine
need for warmth. I had to pause there. Wow.
And it's bad when Wisconsin bars are closing. This is a Wisconsin crisis.
Yeah.
The bars are closing because it's cold. I mean, even if there's 5 feet of snow, they're still open.
Oh, absolutely.
But now it's so cold that the bars are closing.
You got to wonder what those people...
What are people going to do?
They're going to do. Yeah, I think
Riots in the streets. We need beer.
Blood in the streets. More like snowy, icy roads in the streets. Or on the streets, I should say.
So anyways, it's really fucking cold.
So we're sacrificing our driving abilities and everything. I picked up Christy. I did not want to leave my car.
Sacrificing our driving.
Yeah, I don't even fucking know
to
what
drink
I said.
alcohol.
It keeps you warm. So, I mean,
Please don't drink and drive.
But if you want to, don't do it. So okay.
We were loopy before we even started.
Yeah,
this.
we were.
Not from alcohol, just from sleep deprivation.
For her and for me, I'm just well, this is we record in this studio, aka my living room, my apartment, and I've spent the past 3 days, because everything's closed, in my apartment working, staring at a screen, kind of like what I'm doing now.
Yeah, we're staring at a screen.
Staring at a big screen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's get down to the brass knuckles,
really
the brass tacks, not the brass knuckles. That's what.
So our episode this week is about friends, and friendship, and what it all means to us.
Right. As SpongeBob once said, "Fun is a part of friendship."
It is?
He said F is for friends who do stuff together.
Oh, yeah.
U is for you and me. N is for anything, anytime at all, down here in the deep blue sea.
So poetic.
Thank you. But I think we all have friends, hopefully. Of course, there's that one kid that wants friends or doesn't want friends.
We'll be your friend.
Yeah, come shake our hands. We'll make it happen. So there's many different types of friends, I guess. There's best friends. There's acquaintances. There's friends that you help out in different things.
Yeah, there's like work friends, surface friends,
bar friends.
Mm-hmm. One night friends, one night stand friends. Have you ever had a one night stand friend?
One night stand friend. Thank you for your business.
Actually, I have had a one night stand friend.
You just wow.
Yeah.
Do you like shake hands by the end? Like
you just like hang out and you're like, oh my god, we're gonna hang out all the time and we're gonna text each other so much. You're my new best friend, and then never talked again. And this is actually a girl you introduced me to.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my god, you're the coolest person ever. Remember we saved her from that guy who was hitting on her?
Ah, yes.
Yeah, so like I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to be best friends.
Oh, yes.
And then we never talked again. I mean, we texted once and then that was it. It was a friend one night stand.
Oh.
She was really nice and I would hang out again.
Totally. If you're listening and you can figure out if that's you, hello.
I like people. Be my friend.
So, friendship, there's always a fine line. And specifically talking about what you're talking about, like friends versus relationships versus like what people perceive as friends and all those fucking rules and all that shit. But I think a basic friend is someone that cares about you. That's a basic quality. That's what I would.
Friend.
Yep, basic bitch friend. So if you care about someone, you're their friend. Correct?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think care is a good word. If I think of like casual friends that I have, it's like I care about them, but like I also have like we live separate lives and we'll hang out occasionally.
Sure.
But it's not like our intention isn't like we're gonna one-on-one hang out, like a casual friend for me is like, oh, we all happen to be at a bar together. Like as a group outing. I don't.
Would you say like a friend that like maybe moved away and then came back? And you haven't like talked to them since, but it's like, oh my god, we're reconnecting. And
yeah, it depends because like a lot of friends who have moved away, when I reconnect with them, they're still just as close as they were before. A lot of them are, especially like my college friends. Like I still catch up with them when we're together, but. For me and not having social media, I kind of lose touch with friends when they move away.
Sure. Okay, here's the type of friend that just crossed my mind that hasn't until this moment. That person that you're being nice to, for the sake of being nice to them.
God, yeah.
Like you're like, I want to eat. There's two variations of that. One, you feel really bad for that person, so you want to talk to them and make sure like they feel okay. And two, it's like, I'm doing this because it's part of the business.
Yeah, I don't even know if like the business is part of it, but it's more of like
saving face.
Yeah, and I just like I can't be mean. I really can't be mean.
Yeah.
I can be pushed over so easily. Like I will do anything for anyone.
Sure.
And that's my curse. But also a
blessing.
great thing. Yeah,
it's a blessing and a curse.
I have generosity just like ingrained in my blood because my family's very, very generous, as you know. And, so that just kind of carries on with me, and I feel like I have to like give everything to anyone who asks.
Wow.
And I've only recently started giving myself boundaries on that.
Okay.
So like I've started kind of trying to keep if somebody isn't returning the friendship I give, and what I mean by that is like I'll bend over backwards for them and they never talk to me unless they need something.
Do they at least acknowledge what you did?
sometimes it depends on the person, but like if I don't get like anything back and I'm doing everything for them and I just don't feel an appreciation or like that feeling reciprocated, I've started to cut those people out or just like limit my time with them because it's like I don't want to be used for like my generosity. I don't want to be used.
Do you ever find yourself becoming a different person with a different group of friends?
Oh, totally. Like, yeah, I mean, over like years and years and years, I would always adapt to different groups of friends that I had.
Do you still?
No. I mean, like, I not hide, but like certain aspects of myself won't come out with certain people. Like if it's a more of a professional
sure,
work
like coworkers,
level, yeah. Like they won't know certain things about me, and I just don't need to feel like. I also don't feel like I need to tell everyone my whole life story.
Totally.
The people who know it, and I don't need to share it with my new friends because they don't need to know my dark, deep pasts. You know.
Right.
And so it's not like I change who I am, although I used to. It's just kind of like I'm a different level of open with different people.
Well, shit. I find that I change drastically.
Yeah, I think that.
I change absolutely.
You change drastically between bars we go to.
That is like, yeah, I'm just an adaptable person. If it's like
we talk to like a British person and you're in a British accent, we talk to somebody else and
I'm still in a British accent. But like no, like totally. I know at least one group of my friends like. I will drink more. Yeah. I will socialize more. I will be kind of like an entertainment facet, and like. Also, that expectation I feel was also put on me. There's this pressure to be that whatever that is, and I'm like, okay, I'll
you're
succumb
also
to
the kind
pressure.
of person that's like always on, and so when people know you as always on, they're gonna expect that. I think.
Yeah.
And then you want to live up to those expectations and entertain your friends.
Oh, shit.
And then you don't have that genuine connection with them because you're entertaining them and not actually being a friend.
Oh, that is totally it. And I've adapted.
This is Christy's observations of J2's life by Christy.
I have now cuddled myself into a corner.
No.
And figured
it's
out.
all out of love.
No, I was crying because the bars were closed. So I think also that like I've changed over the years, obviously, but I know specifically with this group of people, from that I'm very entertaining and drunk and fun and then like for relationships I have just in comparison because I feel like I'm a friend with the people I date and I'm with. I also am very intimate and kind and caring, like even with friend groups. Yeah. But like it's almost like I remember one person just told me, not just like running up the street. I must tell you something. No, they were right next to me and they go, so I don't get you. Mm-hmm. Like I just don't get you because you are like this and then you're like that. And then when we're here, you're like that. And
that's also kind of part of who you are.
It totally is.
I wouldn't say you adapt to people because you're a very social person. So I would say that it's not like a flaw in you as a friend. I think it's more of like you are such a good friend that you try to, make everyone else feel comfortable in the groups that you're in.
Yes. And I think it comes from also my teaching side of wanting every kid to be noticed, every kid to be appreciated, every kid to know their worth and like all that
But you're also the kind of person that, if we're with a group of people and somebody's not like included, you're going to talk to them.
I'm going to they're not my project, but I'm gonna make them so happy. Yeah. It's like the host in you is the host in me. Like I'm going to want to make sure everyone's on a great level and everyone's safe and comfortable.
And that's important.
And I'll talk more about that stuff than the Valentine's Day episode. That's
okay.
That's good stuff. Sorry, that came to my mind, but so. It's funny to me what friends were when I was younger versus what friends are now, right? So totally. I think of like, oh my gosh, like kids wanting sleepovers and stuff, and like, I
still like sleepovers.
I
love sleepovers.
We do. We have sleepovers, but they're very different than like when we were kids.
Right.
Because like when I was a kid, sleepovers were like we're making a movie. We're going to be these characters. It's going to be hilarious.
That was you and your friends. You guys would make movies.
That's true. And like, it was like 2 a.m. and we thought anything was hilarious because we were hopped up on sugar. And this was in middle school. And we're like, this movie is going to be creepy and hilarious. You're going to do all these things. And when we would try to show it to anyone else, they'd be like, this is really weird and all full of like inside jokes that no one else gets. Meanwhile, we're all like cracking up to this, you know.
And they're amazing to look back to this day.
Oh, Lord Almighty. Yes, if you're listening and you are one of those people, which I think you are, I still have them.
Thank you.
And I know where to find you to show them to you.
Blackmail material.
Extremely, yeah. No, I had to take all that stuff down because my kids were finding it, and I went, oh
gosh. By his kids, he means students, not children that he has.
No, actually, there's something I need.
You have not birthed.
Well,
another person.
I need to tell you, I'm actually a singing magician. All right, so I didn't see that one coming.
Wow.
We're here with twists and turns and a lot of wine. But anyway.
Oh, by the way, I have a drinking game for you guys. Anytime JT makes a joke and I don't respond or don't like acknowledge, you should take a drink. If you're drinking, if you're at work or like doing
like productive
things,
shit.
Don't
like
drink.
Doing productive shit.
Or like drink a drink of water. You know, stay hydrated as we crack your face off.
We crack your face.
I don't know.
We're cracking people down, yo. We're whacking them up the wazoo. Anyway, yeah, back to okay. Then going to adult friends. Adult friends are just so like we're talking more sophisticated.
There's definitely an evolution.
Yes, from monkeys, but you can't drink for that. She laughed. She laughed at that.
You can't drink.
No drinking.
Like I mean, like your kids. When you're kids, it's like, oh my gosh, I like your hair. Let's be friends. You know, like it's. Well, actually, I kind of start friendships in adulthood like that too.
Yeah, I was about to say, what color is it today?
But like when you're kids, it's just kind of like your friends because you're in the same class or whatever. And as adults, it's kind of the same. You work together and whatnot. But like,
yeah.
But the level of friendship is very different. Because
and
as an adult, it's kind of your support system. As a kid, it's kind of just like, these people are fun. And I mean, like, they're a support system, and they're definitely people who help, like, mold you. But adults are, like, a support system.
It's like the analogy that I love looking at is, like, when you're friends as kids, it's like everyone's on the soccer team and you all get orange slices and participation trophies.
Right.
But in adulthood, you have to earn those trophies and those friends that stay with you.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
So the trophy shelf is not just participation trophies, it's actually people that will matter, right?
Right.
Shit, that was good.
That was gold.
Or platinum if you're real special. I think that stupid. So I think that at the same time, my adult friends, they continue to challenge me. They continue to inspire me. At least the friends that I consider my close friends are the ones that challenge me and keep me moving forward. Now, funny enough, someone told me this. Friends won't last forever, but the person you're going to be with, theoretically in a relationship, should matter more.
That's interesting.
Thoughts?
I would
comments.
disagree.
Okay.
Because okay. I will say this. There are people in your life that, if they matter to you, if they really, really matter to you and you want that to be a lifelong thing, it'll be that. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a friend or a relationship. You have a relationship with your friends, and oh God, I think the microphone picked that up.
No.
That was great.
Sorry, keep going.
I'm your friend, so I don't find you disgusting. Even
I
though
know.
You're totally disgusting.
I had a hakaluki.
No, I mean, like, okay. For example, you would be a person that I don't see ending a friendship with. We might find distance in our lives eventually, but I don't think we're gonna be like completely like, I will never talk to him again. Although we had moments like that, but
not many.
I think we've gone through so much that we're just like, it's not. He licked the bottle.
Sorry.
You called me out last episode, so
and now you called me out.
I'm calling you out now.
We're both liquors. Bottle liquors.
Bottle liquors. 2019.
Oh my god, that sounds like a British slur. Oi, you bottle liquors, get over here. Yeah, I'll show you a piece of my mind, I will. Who, us, sir? Yeah, the one that licked the bottle. Anyways,
I'd say a friendship is definitely not more important than a relationship is not more important than a friendship.
See, I think
it's just the relationship that matters.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if they're a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a husband or a wife or a friend. It's the relationship you have is what's important. And you don't want your significant other to overshadow your friends, and then you lose important people in your life because you're so infatuated with this one person that you lose that. Because if you lose that one person, then who else is there to pick up the pieces, and be your support system?
Right.
Because friends are like the family you build. You have your family, you have your, whatever marriage family you create or whatever, however you want to structure your family. And then you have your friend family. And they're a very important support system for you.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. I just keep saying support system over and over again.
It's so
but
right,
really,
though.
I mean, like my adult friends are so much more important to me. And I mean adult by like post-college, like they're my friends now.
Got it.
Because in college you're still figuring yourself out, you're still kind of a kid, and a lot of my friends in college weren't really good for me, and a lot of them just manipulated me and used me, and I don't feel like I don't think that a lot of my college friendships were super meaningful. Some of them definitely are. I still talk to a lot of college friends, but there are certain people that I definitely don't talk to anymore.
Sure, and I think going from experience, going back off to your support system idea, I mean, like talking about you and how you've supported me, and it's just like this, like I'm endlessly grateful for like you helping me not only get back up on my feet, but like actually being there, right? Because I think another quality that I would consider a friend is like someone that is always there. Like when I first heard from someone that was part of a company I was in that said, there's not a single one of you I wouldn't at any moment, if you were stuck in a car or anything, like I'd drive there, I'd be there, and I'd do this. And I heard this woman do this, and I'm like, okay, so we're in a company, you don't even know who I am. You know my name, but you're telling me that you are willing to do this. And I went, okay, so that one is someone who is just so driven, literally, to help out another person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, I thought I knew what a friend was, but at this point in moment, I don't know the basics. And like and then from then on, I'm like, if you're my friend, that is going to be like if you're in trouble, I'm there.
Right. Yeah, I'd be there for you in a second about anything.
Yeah. Oh,
and
hell yeah.
I mean, like with our relationship, I've stuck out through like the thick and thin, and like we've definitely had periods of time in our friendship where we didn't really talk to each other much because we were, busy with relationships and friends and and like other things. And we had lulls in our friendship for sure, but like we always end up finding our way back to each other. And I think our friendship in very recent times has only gotten a lot stronger.
Oh, absolutely. I think I'm a firm believer in the fact that if you have a really decent, deeply rooted fight, it's because you really care about the other person.
Oh yeah.
And we had one of those that was like like an atomic blast.
So bad.
And it was.
We almost like stopped being friends.
Yeah, it was at that.
It was
on the line, and like
I was like, I guess we're just growing apart. I guess like I'll just have to move along. Like I truly thought that we were gonna stop being friends.
It was a moment of like we aren't talking to each other, we aren't texting, we aren't calling, we aren't.
But at the same time, it's kind of like with somebody that you like deeply, deeply love.
And
you're
that's
like,
the thing.
I can't lose this person. Like it was tearing us both apart so much that eventually it led to that massive breakdown that we had.
And that's the thing.
Just rebuilt our relationship because it was just kind of like I can't live without. Oh God, I'm gonna like cry. more wine.
No, and that's
but like it's like I can't function without at least having you in my life.
Absolutely,
I can't.
I felt the same way. I mean, this
level. I've never had a friendship like that.
No.
Truly, you're the only person that I deeply feel that way.
And the funny thing is like we say that all the time. And I know we have 5 minutes until our break, but like we say that all the time. But this is really good to go into for the next 5 minutes.
Definitely.
Is the fact that so many people are like, why aren't you dating? Why aren't you doing this?
Oh, totally. We've briefly mentioned this before.
Yeah, and it's so funny because like we're like, no, we're so close. Yes, we love each other, but not in that sense. And it's like we deeply care about each other, but you have to understand and you have to get it through your head that this isn't a thing, but we do care about each other, and it's not anything sexual. It's just purely
it's
like,
brother sister. I mean, like it's like we're family. Like yes. I can't lose you. Like it's just not gonna happen
unless you're listening and you're into that kind of stuff.
Ew, no, don't even justify it. That's disgusting.
I'm not justifying. I'm just saying for those people out there.
You know, I was watching Arrested Development. Do you know how much like incest is in Arrested Development? Just constant. Like I never realized because I watched it like years ago.
Have you seen Game of Thrones? And
all right. Anyways, incest.
But anyway,
incest and friendship.
Now I must insist we continue forward.
Nope.
So you can drink for that one. She disapproved.
I know,
but anyway, so I think that truly I believe the same thing. I know I would not be where I am. I would not be here mentally. Who knows about the other shit, but like mentally I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you.
I had to emotionally kick your butt. I really didn't want to hurt you, and I never intended to hurt you, but I emotionally kicked your butt. And I really hurt you, and I know I did, and then we talked it out, and it's fine. But we sat down, and I just like went at it, and I should have done it gentler, and I should have done it over time. And
although I'm
going to tell you all the things that I find wrong with you.
But I look at it as like at the time I hated everything of it. Mm-hmm. I did not like one bit of it. I
know. There was a point in our conversation that I realized
how far you have gone.
How broken it made you.
But at the same time, then like you let that settle for as long as it did when you had thought, well, he's gone.
Yeah.
During all that time, there was a lot of simmering and a lot of soaking of what was said, and I think like a lot of it made a lot of sense, and some of it I agreed with, and a few things I disagreed with. But at the same time, like it was healthy. As weird as that sounds, I'm one that believes in. If there's a little bit of pain, a little bit of like I struck a chord with you, that means that there's something going on there, and you need to figure out what the hell it is. Yeah. And I'm thankful for it. Sure, we needed that moment of like, okay, we need to talk this through. We need to see what's happening, or what's going on, because both of us are very honest. Yeah. Like we're very honest with each other. I'm not gonna bullshit you. You're not gonna bullshit me, and that's the great thing about friends. Don't lie. I mean, if you you can tell little white lies here and there. That's fine, as long as they don't grow into big things. Like, you know, if you have shit to do, just get your shit done. But I'm not one to like really lie, and that's the difference between. I think, well, I don't know what the difference is, but like between someone that is an extreme best friend, you're always going to be like, you know what? I'm not going to bullshit you. Here's exactly what's on my mind. And we
and it came from a place of care.
Oh, yes. And that's the whole thing.
I saw
it's like a family.
Some things spiraling, and I just wanted to point them out to you. I was going through a lot of things myself, and I found healing from them, and I was trying to point them out to you. And I know I didn't go about it the best way, but I mean, obviously it still
sometimes
produced an outcome, but it was still not okay. Like I know what I mean, yes, we had a good outcome from it, but it was still not okay. And but yeah, you know I'm not going to bullshit you, so I'm going to tell you what I see when I see it. But I'm not like a superior being that's telling you all the things that's wrong with you, and like there's nothing wrong with me, you know?
Yes, totally.
Like it was more of like I'm concerned about you, and this is what I'm seeing happening, and I just don't want you to get hurt. And also at this time we were kind of having a problem in our friendship where like I was saying earlier, like I was trying to cut people, and I wasn't purposely like JT's my problem, but I was like, I need people to treat me the way I treat them.
Totes.
And I was feeling a feeling from you that I wasn't getting what I was giving you back. And that was really hurting me and really frustrating me, and it kind of just built up and built up and built up. And then this moment when I was telling you about some problems and things, it just kind of exploded from there.
Yeah.
So a lot of things built up.
But actually, you know, that's what friends, I mean, all of it, even when you get into arguments with your parents or, you know, teachers or whatever, but strictly family, staying with family, because this is family.
Yeah.
It comes from a deep place driven with love and like, and care. So you know what? You do it, you move on, you help each other, and you grow. And that's a perfect time to break for our sponsor.
Grow.
Advertisement. That's right. This is an advertisement. An advertisement for you, the listener.
Are you alone?
All alone. Frightened.
Do you need some friends?
But can't find any?
Then check out our Kickstarter and give us money. We'll be your best friends. If you give us money, we'll give you drunken doodles and exclusive content.
Exclusive.
From your best friends, JT and Christy. Kickstarter.com/bottles and bitchin.
If that's the actual link, but link in bio.
Yes.
And we're back.
Hi.
I hope you've enjoyed that wonderfully beautiful, sensual,
exclusive
sponsor for you guys. All right, so here's the fucking deal, y'all.
Yeah,
so,
we need to lighten it up. We're getting too deep. We need to drink more, and we need to not be so deep.
We gave you therapy, but now here's the shit. We're talking about all those bitches and biddies and bastards that are out there that are like, yeah, you know what that is?
No.
A biddy is a bitch.
Okay.
It's bitches, biddies, and bastards. The 3 Bs.
The 3 Bs.
Oh, shit. That's good. So I came up with that on the spot.
That's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to improv. All right. So the 3 Bs. First, let's talk about the bitches. The bitches that take over your fucking life and milk you for everything you're worth. All right. So the friends that are like, oh, you're so kind. Thank you for taking care of my dog. Thank you for taking care of my pet. Or like the friends are like, oh, don't worry. So-and-so can do it. Or the biddies in your the bitches, sorry, not the biddies. Same thing.
Mixing up your bees.
But basically the ones that like in a school project, if you're friends with them, they're like, oh, no. They're really good at this. They'll do that. Like, hey, Chrissy, you're a good artist. You'll do the drawing. But wait, what the fuck? Scooby-Doo.
And it's a drawing project.
Damn fucking
You're going to do the whole project because you're really good at it, and I'm not going to do anything.
But we're really good friends.
But we're like best friends.
And I'm going to, you're coming to my party, so it's like, it's kind of like a switch off. Like, it's like those friends that are like, oh, well, like, they'll give me whatever I want because they're my friend.
Yeah, I'm
taking advantage of friends.
That gets taken advantage of.
Oh,
because people know that they can do it.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. It's because I rarely will ever say no.
Yep.
And there's probably very good reasons why I should say no, but I'm like, oh no, I can make it happen. I'll make it work. I'll make it.
Very much so.
That happens in my professional work life, and that also happens in the
money. That's the one thing that I've like stuck to not doing. I've watched enough TV court cases, not divorce court, but like TV court cases about like small claims to know to not lend anyone money. My dad would always drill it into my head: don't give anyone money unless you expect it to be as a gift.
Aw, because
basically you ain't getting your money back, bitch.
Thus, gift cards were invented.
Sure.
That's all I had.
That's just giving people money.
If you laughed at that, you could take a drink. It was a good joke. Anyway,
yeah, see, I miss them sometimes. I re-listen and I'm like, oh my god, he's so punny. And then I don't know.
Anyway, it's the gift I really give.
I'm used to it. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Back to the bitches.
Yeah.
So they take advantage of you. It's kind of like I have the one. So
what just happened? Did you just have a seizure?
I had a mini. You know how Jimmy Neutron has like a brain blast, and it goes inside his ear canal, and it like goes into his brain, and you see those like neurons pulsing and like firing. So I just happen to have the same thing, only a very different reaction. See, if you didn't go inside the ear canal,
gonna lose your idea.
If you didn't go into the ear canal for Jimmy Neutron, you'd actually be on the outside, see him go like freaking out because there's a camera in his ear and he had a brain blast. So I had a brain blast and an idea.
What was your brain blast about the 3 Bs?
Oh, I got it.
Forget?
I did for a moment,
See,
but
I told you,
it came back.
All
right, so I basically have this one. I had this one friend that would be what we would call a moocher.
Yeah.
Right? One that would be like, oh, let's hang out. Sure. Yeah. No, you want to go out? Absolutely. Who would be buying them the drinks?
Let's go to a bar. Oh my God, let's get shots.
Cool.
Tab comes around.
And you end up paying for it. Mm-hmm. Or, hey, you have some ganj and laganj? Yeah, sure. Well, why aren't we smoking laganj?
I truly hate that.
Okay.
Truly
hate and then it goes to, oh, you have a bottle of wine open. Do you mind if I? Oh my God. Okay.
Well,
and then
I mean, if I'm drinking wine, you can have some wine.
Yes, that's fine.
I mean, pretty much all of it. Brain blast.
It's the fact that it's every time. And it's like, so are you going to bring anything to the table? So those are the bitches.
Right.
And sometimes the bastards. Anyway, so I think that is the
when you said bastards, I just thought of my dad going, "You bastard."
I thought of a British knight going, I'm a bastard. But anyway, we got on the British thing really early, and so now it's never left my brain. Anyway, okay. So okay, the biddies here. The biddies are the ones that not only take advantage of you, but they also like use you to like boost their own ego or their own careers. And that is that's where the biddies come in. Those biddies can go bye-bye, but like I've had many. So I've directed many plays, musicals, and as we have said in previous episodes, theater's all about connections and all about all these, and like, you know, that's great. But then it becomes starting to use me as a source, and then like furthering the career, not only for them, but like also trying to like, oh, we should hang out. By the way, come see my show. Hashtag this is the work. Anyway.
Yes. I have something to say on this.
Please.
Do not use someone's name ever unless you have their permission.
Oh, God, yes.
Do not drop someone's name unless you have permission. People have used my name in previous to just like be like, oh, I've worked with Christy and blah, 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 to get jobs. And these people will come up to me and they'll be like, have you worked with blah, 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 blah? And I'll be like, yeah, they weren't awesome.
Great. Yeah, they weren't great.
And you don't just use someone's name and expect you to get,
okay,
a job, because we know people.
Yes.
And so if you use our names, they're going to talk to us about it. And
you can't expect them
we're
to be
going
like,
to be honest.
I
mean, I have employees. They use me as references sometimes for jobs. Mm-hmm. Always ask your employer if it's okay to use them as a reference. And that's a very professional, actual, literal
an idea
use of this. But I've also had people just say like, oh, I've worked with Christy. And then like this director will be like, hey, have you worked with this person? I'd be like, yeah, they weren't very responsible, or,
and if you're going to name drop someone, make sure you can stand behind it.
Right.
And
make sure our relationship together is good.
Oh God! But I also like to play into
I mean,
this.
okay. So to be really serious about this,
Ooh.
If you know me and you want to use me as a reference and you're not sure, all you have to do is be like, hey, I'm interested in this job or this thing. No. And I was just wondering, what would you say, or like what kind of recommendation would you give? Like ask.
Not even that, but what could I improve on?
That
like,
too.
Is there anything like I could improve on? Because if like you're telling me all the basic things that I could improve on, that's giving me a sign.
I'm all here for self-improvement. Dude, I didn't start out very well. I sometimes still fuck up. I definitely just like
you ain't a robot.
I'm behind on deadlines sometimes. Like I don't get shit done. Like I try to, but like sometimes things just happen.
Life.
And you gotta just keep a really healthy working atmosphere with people. And so, if you miss deadlines, are you still, prompt to answering questions and communicative on, hey, I'm going to miss this deadline. I'm really sorry. And not just making excuses, but just being purely honest and having a good working relationship.
Great quality of a friend. And I got to say, I fall short of a friend in this aspect of, I believe in a lot of people, even the people that piss me off and the people that make my life a living hell. So like the people
drama.
No, it's for instance, there was a coworker I worked with.
A coworker you worked with?
No, I worked with. Exclusive. Okay, no, so
sorry, I just killed your ears.
And your bottle if you've been drinking. Anyway, so the thing is about this coworker I've worked with. He or she was a bit odd and out of the loop of things, and the things that this person did pissed me off. Mm-hmm. It pissed me off to a great deal. And then, maybe about a couple weeks ago, this person applied for the same job.
As you did? Or the same job that you worked together?
No, the same job we worked together, right?
Okay.
And I was asked, like, so what about this person? And I was very nice to this person, he or she, and I denied them because of how much they pissed me off and others off. Not just me, but, like, others off as well. And I believe we're destined for what we're supposed to do. But also, like, I feel like I'm a terrible person for that because, like, I was very nice to this person, and I made up with the person. I told the person I was pissed and, like, work better, but didn't. And, like, so I'm like, okay, so there's things that are happening. And then people came to me, and I'm like, no.
You can't feel bad about being honest.
Oh, hell, I'm not. I lied about that. I wasn't.
It makes being so humble.
I wasn't so like, fuck that shit. Like, I was real
Then
happy.
Bitches and bastards and
no,
what is it?
Biddies.
Biddles.
Those biddles.
I don't know what a biddy is.
Furthering their careers off of us.
Itsy
those teen
bitty,
bops.
Itsy bitty, teeny weeny yellow polka dot.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Guys, I'm almost done with my wine already.
This is where I start to sign off.
Hey, I'm like ahead than I normally am. This is
and
awesome.
I'm a little bit behind, but that's because I've been talking about this bastard.
Them biddies and bitches and bastards. Right? That's the order?
Bitches, biddies, and bastards. Yes, it is. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. A toast. A toast.
What are we talking about?
So, no, we're talking about the bitches, biddies, and bastards. The toxic people that like, one you want to get rid of, but, like, at the same time, the ones you see a lot of potential in, but at the same time, not in the field that you are in. So that's the biddies and bastards part.
Yeah.
So here is where we can go even back a little bit to our last episode of social media. Friendship breakups are the worst. Probably even more so than
unfriend.
Hashtag unfriend, unfollow.
Yeah.
Unsnap.
Sure.
Block.
I don't know. I've never taken someone off of Snapchat.
I have. Anyway, so exclusive. So I think that drink every time we say exclusive. Rewind and go back. Exclusive. Okay, so friend breakups are really terrible, and trying to not only the heart but the mentality of it all. So I think that have you had any?
Yeah, totally.
Shit, talk about it. I don't think I. Oh yes, I have. Yep.
Well, I think
go ahead. You first.
There's breakups with friends, and then there's also just kind of like falling apart.
Falling apart happens more commonly for those that are listening.
I've definitely had a very severe, just like ending of a friendship. I don't know, like not one person had to break up with the other person, but I've also done that. But the worst friendship ending I've ever had was with a roommate of mine. We used to be super, super close. And
was this Sharon? This is my favorite part.
I don't know.
Yes.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about.
Good old Sharon.
I mean, yeah, we used to be really, really close, and we lived together for a long time. And then she got a boyfriend, and I had a boyfriend. But I still have friends when I have a boyfriend, and she did not. So it's just kind of like the instant she has a relationship, we're done being friends, and I hate that. I fucking hate that.
That happened to me, though.
Friends,
that happened to me. That happened to me.
That's happened between us, where you have a girlfriend and we just don't really talk to each other until.
But also, that was because of them.
Well, yeah. Well, it's partially you too.
Partially me too, but
you can hang out with your friends when you have a even if they're a crazy, jealous, insane woman, you can still have female friends.
I can when they're not in my life.
Well, yeah. Don't have a crazy, insane girlfriend.
Don't have those bitches and biddies and bastards. No more.
Yes, theme song. Anyways, what are we talking about? Okay, so this roommate,
Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon. You know, she was a good friend of mine.
She wasn't sharing you with you.
Yeah, well, she wanted to Sharon with me because apparently she was into my boyfriend at that time, and when we broke up, she didn't give me the light of day of anything, and was not supportive whatsoever. And I was like, okay, that's it, we're not friends.
She wasn't sharing at all.
And well, guess what? When we graduated college, I hear rumors that they were together. Not that I'm bitter, but I'm more of just gross.
We're gonna call her
saw
Taken.
What a piece of shit he was.
Yeah.
And you went with that.
Yeah, we're gonna call her Taken, not Sharon. She's Taken.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Hey, I laughed. Still take a drink.
She's starting to notice them again.
Yeah. I'm realizing your jokes again. But I've actually had to break up with friends. I've had a lot of friends that kind of became stalkery. That was mostly in high school. I had I worked stage crew, and I think people were just kind of attracted to my openness, and I'm a people person. I'm kind of loud, and being in the stage crew world, most people aren't that way. Not to generalize, but to be honest, TBH,
they're not on the. They're not in the spotlight.
No, well, no, well.
Wait, where was that? Yahweh.
Yeah.
Going? They aren't in the spotlight.
Yeah, no, they're not.
They're
I was
helping
taking
the
your
spotlight.
yeah. I gotcha.
They are the.
You're
spotlight.
so punny. Anyways, I've had some friends, and I don't even know if it's friends, but it's just people around me that I have to be okay, calm down. I can't.
Sure.
Because I can't be emotionally available for every single person who wants to tell me their life story. And I'm a nice person, but it's when people really cling to you and they idolize you. And the moment I see that happening, I have to shut it down because I'm not someone to idolize. I'm not someone to. And
then you don't know where it's going to go from there.
It gets stalkery. Truly. I've had stalkers from people who did stage crew with me. I literally still have one. He keeps friending me or adding me on Instagram, and I had to block him.
That certainly doesn't fall flat.
All right, so what's your story?
No, that was good.
You laughed at your own joke.
I just
Everyone
coughed.
Take a drink.
I coughed.
Sure. Anyways, what's your story?
You.
What's your story about friend breakups?
Friend breakups. I did have one. I got really involved with listening to yours.
You? I'm sorry.
No. You didn't interrupt. I was just listening really hardcore that I forgot. But let me think for a moment. So, a friend. Oh yeah, I remember now. So.
And we got it.
Yeah, it was kind of like a friend falling apart and falling out.
Mm-hmm.
So my close-knit friend group was severely arts-oriented, as it makes sense. And she just finished the bottle. Hell yes.
And put the bottle in the glass and she shake it all about.
Oh, you bottle liquor, get out of here. But so this friend had a lot of emotional stuff going on, right? And he was not arts oriented. He was more popular than all of us.
Okay.
So we kind of gave one of our friends that was in our close group, who was close with him or her, a choice.
Oh.
Kind of like, hey, like, we see where he's going, where she's going, or they're going.
Oh, I know who we're talking about.
Do you want to go in that route?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's fine, but like, it's clear that he or she doesn't want anything to do with us anymore. Like, that's fine. It's kind of like where the way high school goes. Like, but we want you here. And so then we not got rid. That sounds terrible. Like, but that we let that friend move up and on into their path and whatnot. We never, as close friends, had big arguments, right? We never had like big fights or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, like when this friend was in the group, we suddenly had drama.
Okay.
So when it was gone, we were all further on.
Yeah. That's a toxic friend that you had to let go then.
Yes, and no.
Their life circumstances made them a toxic environment for you guys.
The stuff that kept on was the length of the friendship. Yeah. Because, I guess it really wouldn't matter as an adult looking back. Like, it doesn't matter how long it is. It's how good of a friend are they? Right. But at the same time, thinking about it as a kid, you want to maintain that friend because that friend either has like a really cool like house that you love hanging out in, or that friend has a really cool personality that is sometimes overshone by the arguments and all that negativity. But anyway, that was kind of that popular side coming into him, and now or her. But like basically, he's gone on to another career, and like that's incredible. But we're all better for it. Right.
I've been friend broken up with, and it was really hard.
Was it by someone close?
Yeah. So I don't know if you know, but. Yeah, I think you know. I had 3 really close female friends when I was in elementary school.
Does that include you?
No, including me would be 4.
Got you.
So I had 3 really close female friends. 2 of them were my friends through high school. Then we kind of had a falling out in high school. But one of the girls...
Yes.
Yeah, so one of the girls and I were really, really close. And she was mixed race. And this is an important fact in the story. I'm not racist, I promise. We're yeah. Anyways, we were really close friends. We became friends in like 3rd grade, and we were really close. We'd hang out all the time together. And then we get into middle school, and middle school is a tough time where everyone's trying to figure out what they are, what they want to be, and like kind of getting their cliques before high school, you know.
Hell yeah.
And I was still hanging out with this friend. And she started hanging out with other people of different mixed races, and I'm white. And they...
In case you didn't know, for those that are listening.
And they pointed out to her, like we were sitting down at lunch together in like 7th grade, and they're like, she can't hang out with you. She's white. Like, they straight up told her not to hang out with me anymore because I'm white. And... I'm like, I don't give a shit. And we've like gone past this, and we've like definitely caught up since then. But we stopped being friends because
of that.
Of that, she listened to them and she stopped hanging out with me. And we were so close. Yeah, middle school. I mean, we were so close. There's pictures I have of us like as kids, like dressed up the same and hanging out in like creeks and stuff.
Now, if I am correct
hanging out in creeks like some crazy fucking kids. Anyways, straight up, we would hang out in the creek near Miller Park.
Gonna catch them frogs.
Her grandmother. Oh, my microphone's being weird.
No, that's all right.
Her grandmother lived near Miller Park, and so we had to go hang out in the creek. I don't know why, but we would. It was really dangerous.
Now until the creek.
Just like walk in the creek.
So, if I am correct in thinking that we're talking about the same person. Mm-hmm. We went to a club and saw this
we ran
person.
into her. Yep, that's the same one.
Yep.
So we're like totally fine now.
Yeah.
Like we talked it out. Like in high school, I think we had study hall together senior year. And she like told me like, hey, that was really shitty of me to do. Like she knew what went on and like realized in high school how shitty it was, and like we talked it out, and like it's
so
fine.
she realized
I don't
in high
resent
school.
it.
That was in high school.
Yeah. I don't resent it or anything. It just sucks that I lost such a close friend because of literally a color of skin.
Was she?
And that's so much more in reverse than it is this way. But still, it just
So my question would be, because we talked about relationships and getting rid of friends, was she in a relationship with someone in that group?
No, not at that time. I mean, she was definitely interested in boys, and I wasn't so much at that time.
So, in a sense, it kind of was that she wanted to further herself in a relationship with the other people? Like,
yeah, definitely the other people. She wanted to fit in. I mean, okay, so we went to a school that's nickname was White Folks Bay.
Oh, shit. Now everyone knows where we grew up.
Yeah, whatever.
They can Google that shit.
Sorry, I don't know. Anyways,
so Whitefish Bay. I mean, what?
Okay, I didn't actually do that, so fuck you. I mean, it was a stupid rich neighborhood that we grew up in, and
but rich.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't rich, and neither was any of my friends, which is why I wasn't popular. and
Need a Hamilton.
You know, oh my god.
Need a Benjamin.
Stop.
Need a Franklin.
You know, yeah. So.
Wait a minute.
In like the middle school, high school world, our social lives definitely was very divided. You know, you'd have the rich, white, popular kids, and then you'd have, you know, everything was very, very classified.
That's so funny.
Or like not classified. What's the word?
Like
compartmentalized. Like there's so many cliques.
Even
and you know, like
God, that's funny. It's funny to me because like we have
everything was so separated and you couldn't intermingle, and I wanted to intermingle.
That's who we are.
Yeah,
that's totally who, like if you ever
couldn't. It was just the way the school like society of school was set up, and it was really stupid. And obviously we're all fine now, but like it was just a really stupid thing in school, and like I lost a really good friend of mine because of that.
And the funny, ironic thing is, because Christy and I are so extroverted in the sense that we're very social, and we go to all these bars when they're open, and that's how we exclusive. We saw this woman at a bar, and we talked like adults.
She has 2 kids now. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and they're not like ones that she teaches.
Actually, I don't know. I don't have Facebook anymore, so I don't know if she has more than that, but. She has 2
She's gotta get in that kid
children.
book. But anyway, I think that the whole aspect of versus middle school versus adulthood, we make so many friends and make so many acquaintances by just going into a bar, because there are no cliques in a bar for some reason. Like in some bars, there are no cliques, and everyone's like, especially in Wisconsin, everyone's like very Midwest, I should say.
I think it's just also part of being an adult.
Yeah, like everyone just wants to talk to one another.
The kid who was popular in high school is like a total loser, anyways. Now,
hell yeah, and like the fact that people want to know exactly what we do and like know exactly what we
like we talked about our high school reunion,
all that shit. It comes full circle. So having your friends from elementary, middle school, high school, through your youth until you become an adult, you get into college, adult. Had a small stroke of genius, and then we go to high school. No, we go to college. The wine. We go through college, which I don't think is becoming an adult yet. You're still learning.
You're not an adult until you're like,
and then you're
25.
But like you're out of college, and shit gets real, and you started to realize who your friends are and who your friends aren't. And those that are going to help you move you forward. And this is what I discovered actually as 27-year-old, not at 22 or 23. Those that are going to help you move forward, and those that are going to pull you back.
Yeah.
And then you also have to think about yourself of like, what do you want to be perceived as? Who do you want to be perceived as? Are you always
proud of how you're being perceived as?
Snaps to you. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Are you proud of who you are? Because one, you should be proud of who you are, and if you're second guessing, like, am I? Then there are things that are in you that you need to evaluate.
And you need to be keeping yourself in check on this the rest of your life.
And
am I presenting the best person I can present?
Shit. And
I
think I like.
And am I proud of who I am?
I gotta be honest. I don't think about that. I don't think about that when I should. And I don't think about I only think about that. It's like those moments of like when someone like gives you a zinger and you're like, I don't have anything. And then you go like 5 hours later, if I had said, fuck. But it's that moment. So think about who you are, what you are, who you want to be. Are you proud of who you are? And surround yourself with the people that are going to best you.
And support you and help you grow and help you grow in the right directions.
Yeah, help you out.
Grow the direction you want to grow.
Have that friend that you are going to be absolutely devastated if you were to lose.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like don't depend on your identity.
Don't depend.
Person. But yeah, like they're your support system.
The ones you can't live without.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. There you go. Or you can be devastated. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me.
Be independent in who you are and surround yourself with the people who make you who you are and support you in who you are.
Make sure you have a friend. Yeah. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. That is our hour mark. And so we're going to let you go. Make sure you follow. Quick thing. So, SoundCloud wants to charge us a shitload of money to keep our podcast going. So
SoundCloud is a whore. No, I'm just kidding. We love SoundCloud.
We could use bitch, biddies, or bastard, but she chose to use the W word. No, but for real though, it's taking episodes. It's taking our episodes off. If you notice, like when you're listening to this, you're like, "Wow, there's only episode 3 through 5." Yeah. Well, we definitely have a 1 and 2. It's on YouTube. If you search "Bottles and Bitchin" on YouTube, you'll find us. All our episodes are posted there as well. We are looking for donations on our Kickstarter, which we'll post a link for. So please support that, and then you can listen to all the episodes. And hopefully, our end goal, is to give this to you for free.
Sure. Yeah.
At all costs, and remember that we are putting money into this as well for your benefit because we really appreciate that you're listening to this. But our end goal is to get on iTunes, right? We want to get on iTunes so we can get onto the podcast stuff, and we know the possibilities and the ways to get there, but it's only going to help with your support. So check out the Kickstarter or message us on Instagram or Facebook. We have a Facebook page.
Twitter.
We have a Twitter. We have no Snapchat. We have YouTube.
We should make a Snapchat.
We could make a Snapchat, but
it's a lot of social media.
That's too much. Check out the last episode of social media, and you'll see exactly how we feel.
We're mostly updating our Instagram, so check us out on Instagram.
Absolutely.
To clarify on SoundCloud, you have a limited amount of space. So once you post like 3 episodes, they start erasing your last episodes to continue posting more. So if you're interested in listening to our old episodes, definitely check out YouTube. It's all on YouTube. We would love to post everything on SoundCloud and iTunes too, fully. And so we're looking for your donations to just kind of keep our podcast afloat and free for you guys to listen.
Yes. Thanks for listening and cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.